Amy, great job. Thank you so much. Well, as any Southerners will tell you, the art of quilt making is something that is handed down from one generation to the next. Now, back in the day, farmers' wives and daughters used to spend hours making quilts, more so for survival as opposed to today's quilt makers who do it as a hobby. Located in Carrollton, Georgia, the Southeastern Quilt and Textile Museum has managed to capture the rich tradition and history of this art form, with each display showcasing its own special story. For those visiting Carrollton for the first time, they quickly realize that this is a town extremely proud of its southern roots. One of the many reasons it was chosen as the site for the Southeastern Quilt and Textile Museum.
It took us 14 years to find a home, and we didn't want to be in Atlanta. We would be lost in Atlanta. And here we have a presence, and it's growing. And so I'm real proud that we're in Carrollton. We're on 27. People going from Chicago to Miami can stop through, and we've had a lot of visitors that come from there, also from I-20, that come through the visitor center, and they have brochures, they pick it up, and they come by and stop and see us. So we've been very lucky.
For Museum President Beverly HAMMACK, 14 years of overseeing the museum go from dream to reality was a labor of love. Born and raised in College Park, Georgia, HAMMACK recalls a time when quilt making was a part of her family's everyday life.
For instance, my grandmother had 10 children. She made quilts out of necessity. Now, she made quilts out of old shirts, old dresses, any kind of fabric she could find. My mother would always take her old quilts and point them out and say, "That was my dress when I was 6 years old." So she would cut up any kind of material and make quilts, and that's what Southern women did for many years. It just was a tradition, but it was a necessity. You know, they couldn't go in stores and buy blankets and things like that, so they made what they had to sleep with.
As the only true quilt museum featuring only quilts in the Deep South, HAMMACK tells me that plans are already in the works to expand the museum. However, just like when one is crafting his or her quilt, the expansion process will take time and patience.
We don't have a lot of money. We're not like the big quilt museums that have large families that are very wealthy, or universities that give them great amounts of money. We don't have that. We work purely on volunteers. Our Quilt Guild in Carrollton gives us volunteers who come in and help sit so people can come and visit. And we're just a group of people, and I was going to say women, but they're more than women. We have men quilters also, and they do a great job, but a lot of the husbands help us and they build things, so we're getting by, and we're very proud of what we've done.
Like the people who make them, no two quilts are exactly alike. With that in mind, HAMMACK warns fellow quilters, be mindful of what you have and what you may be giving away.
Quilts are really valuable pieces of art, and if I could get people to understand one thing is, don't sell any quilt you have short. You need to hold on to it, you need to take care of it. And you can go to places where they'll appraise quilts and tell you how much they are worth. We've got quilts in our collection that have been valued at between $5,000 and $10,000 just for one quilt.